Hi Peas, it's Candace Smith, and today I have your Finally Friday card today. We're going to start off with our white card base. This is just an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock that I've cut in half. And then I folded it so that I have my card base. And today we're actually going to be using another paper pad, my favorite things in the whole wide world. And this one's a 6x6 pad by Echo Park. This one's called Sweet Day. It has some really soft colors in it. And I think I've used this before for a couple of my card sets that I've made for 2Ps. It's just so pretty and soft and has those pastel colors along with some bright, vibrant colors as well. So we're going to use this paper pad today, and the paper that I chose for the background of our card is this floral one. I really liked, we're doing a floral card, so it goes along with the theme, and I liked the colors as well. So we're just going to adhere this to our, oops, wrong side, card base. Got some really pretty patterns in that paper pad. Okay, and so this is just the base of our card. We're not going to do anything special to the background on here, but what I am going to do is I got another piece of paper out of the pad. It's this blue with these little, I don't know if you can see them, they're like little T's or little plus signs, and I kind of like that it looked like denim, so I decided to cut out a pocket shape, which was just like a 3-inch square, and then I snipped off the sides with my scissors. And just for time's sake of the video, I stitched beforehand. I used a machine just to stitch it, and you can kind of see it. It's just lime green stitching. I don't know if you can really see it on the camera, but there is machine stitching there. It kind of gives it a little bit more texture. I like to use a lot of machine stitching on my cards just because it does give that texture to your cards. Makes people want to go out and reach out and touch your card, which is kind of neat. So we're going to be making a little pocket on our card today, and so I want to place it at just the bottom of my card like that, and I'm going to use some pop dots to do that. And I'm going to be sticking, well, the idea is I'm going to be sticking some stamped die-cut flowers in the top, so I kind of want to make sure it's down towards the bottom of my card so that I have room, because if I put it right in the middle I wouldn't have, unless you wanted it to come over the top of the card. But I think I'm going to move it down here today, and I'm not going to put any pop dots along the top because I want to be able to stick them in. So I'm just going to put them along the bottom. Just like that. And I can always add, after I stick my flowers in there, I can always add some pop dots to the sides to help hold that up so it doesn't get flat. So I'm going to put this off to the side so we can stamp our flowers and cut them out. Let's put this to the side, clear everything off. And the stamps we're going to be using today are by Hero Arts, and they have the die cuts that go with them. This set has some flowers in it, and I don't actually know if they have the name on here. It will be listed at the bottom underneath the video where I have linked all the stamps so you can see where they are right there. We're going to actually use all 3 of the flowers today, and I have some markers. We're going to stamp them, cut them out, then color them, and we'll add them to our card. So we'll get going. And all of the die cuts are on there with some double-sided sticky tape, so you don't have to worry about them falling out. Side. And I have some kind of whitish cream, it's kind of in the middle between white and cream cardstock. So I'm going to grab my, something always has to go wrong in a video, right? Couldn't get my stamps up there. Okay, so I'm going to use this really long one. This is one of my favorite blocks to use. I feel like it gives me a little more control. So I'm going to put my flower stamp on there, and then I'm just going to grab my black ink pad. It's just a pigment ink, or a dye ink, I mean. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. You could also use brown. Dark brown would be pretty as well. I just decided to go with black for some reason. Okay, I have my first flower. And I'll clean these off later. I'm not on the video. One of my bad habits, though. I like to make a bunch of projects at once, and so I put everything to the side thinking, oh, I'll clean that up later, and then I end up having piles and piles of stamps to clean off, which my own fault. I usually do it while I'm watching TV or something. Bad habit of mine. Okay, last flower. Okay, and we've got all three there. So I'm going to die cut them out first before I color them. You could color them if you wanted to first, but I just kind of want to cut them out and see what they're going to look like. It's so exciting. So I think this one goes to this flower. It's a little tricky to get them out of the packaging here. Just don't want to break it. Okay, this one goes to this flower. Wait, does it? Oh, I have it. It would help if I turned it around, right? Okay. And then this one will go to this flower. So now that I've matched them up, I'm going to take my scissors. Just cut each one of them out. Makes it easier to handle. Okay, and now I'm going to get out my Cuttlebug, which I have right here. So here's my Cuttlebug, and I know this is really big for this camera. I'm just going to have to kind of see partial view of it. But I have here's my plates, and I'm going to put two of them down. And then I have just some thick cardstock to help it push through the paper. So let's start with this one. And what you want to do, can you see? Make sure you can see here. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is line up your die cut with your stamped image. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, it'll still look really great even if you kind of get it slightly off. But try to get it as close as you can. See, I messed it up when I put the plate down. Sometimes that happens. Okay. Oh gosh, it did it again. If you have an easier way to do this, write it in the comment section, because that would be nice for everyone to know. Never really had a problem with it before. Okay. Okay. And now I'm just going to run it through, hopefully without ruining my video here. Oh! I'm just going to mess everything up. Okay, and then it just pops out. You can see we have our die cut still inside the paper, but it just comes right out. But here's our image. Doesn't that look so nice and clean? It's so pretty. So we put that to the side. Let me do the other two. Try not to hit my camera here. This is the trickiest way to do it. I probably should have put the crank towards me. I don't think about those things sometimes. Okay, there's our second flower. And last one. Oops. See, oh. Hope I'm not making any of you nauseous here. Okay. There we go. Last one's out. Put this to the side so I don't bump the camera anymore. Okay. So now we've got our 3 stamped flowers. And I'm not gonna spend too much time coloring them. I'm sure some people are gonna think that's just cruel because it doesn't do them too much justice. But I'm just gonna have some Copic markers here that I'm just going to lightly, really quickly color these images. And I don't know if they're all going to 3-fit in there. We're just going to have to play around with them on the pocket. And I'm planning on using some pop dots to kind of bring them above the, I don't want it to be just one-dimensional. So it kind of helps to, I like these have two sides, and I really like the brush side. So I like to, it feels more like I'm almost painting, like with watercolors. So I'm not spending too much time on these. I don't think you have to spend too much time to get it perfect. But I never really like perfect anyways. Okay. And you can even this if you wanted to. Give the black leaves a little bit of a green tint. Okay, I'm going to color my centers of my flowers yellow, and this one I'm actually going to color yellow. The hard thing about this, I probably should have used a different ink pad, is that dye ink tends to run a little bit when you use the marker, so you have to be kind of careful not to leave it on the ink for too long. Almost done. Thanks for being patient. Let's do a pink center on this one. It's kind of some fun, funky colors. Okay, so we've got these all colored. They're ready to go in our pocket. And so now we're just going to adhere them with some pop dots. And I'm going to do the two side ones first, because I think that's how I want to lay them out. So you can always rearrange these. So I'm going to kind of stick these in there. And I'm going to show you a little trick I like to do. When I want it to be even farther off the page, I stick one pop dot on top of another. So you'll get it coming out even farther than the other flowers, if you can see that. So there we have our flowers, and the other thing that I wanted to do, I just wanted to add a little sentiment down here, something fun. And I was looking at my stickers from the Sweet Day collection. This is the big sticker sheet. I can hardly even show you on my video camera. But I really liked this little tag that says sweet as candy. I'm trying to show you. So I'm going to use that tag. I'm going to pull it off. And I think I just kind of want to have it ski-wampus just right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use another pop dot. I use these like crazy. And we're just going to put it right here. And I'm going to add a little button with a bow. And so I have some jute. And I'm just going to tie a little bow. Grab my hot glue gun. Ooh. I added some hot glue on there. We'll put it to the side right like that. And then I have a little button. It was so tiny I decided to thread it before we did the video just so I wouldn't have to be sitting there trying to thread it. So, and it's with the jute. And so I'm just going to add it on top of my bow. I need a little bit more hot glue. There for a second. And there's our card for today. It's fun. These die cuts are super fun. They've got a bunch of different kinds. You can look them up. I'll even link them so that you can see all the different kinds of stamps with the die cuts that are paired together from Hero Artson. So they're really fun to work with. They make it super easy and you don't have to cut around images, which is fun. So thanks for joining me. I hope you had fun. Have a good day.